Hello again, guys and girls, the Gears of War community. Welcome back to another Gears of War 3 gameplay commentary. Today, I am bringing you a King of the Nashor gameplay. It was on American servers because I was playing with some friends, and it was fairly relaxed, fairly chill, decent gameplay. I saw someone I knew on the other team, and I don't get to do that a lot because I never ever go on to the American servers, so I'm like, I go onto Twitch a lot, and I've met a lot of people through that. And sometimes when I eventually do get to go onto the American servers, I'm like, hey, I know that guy. I seen him on Twitch. Hey, guy. And that's kind of what it was like. Although, like, we played the first match, and he sent me a message saying, hey, and I sent him a message saying hi back. And then, like, after that match, he sent me a really funny message. He was like, your Nashor is ridiculous. Why do you have Zeus's connection? And, or why do you have Zeus's shotgun? And it was like, it's kind of funny, and if you have a look in the game, I do get quite a lot of funny kills on that guy in particular. His name was About Strafe. If you look, there was quite a lot of the times where I just kind of ended up, being in a sticky situation, so I kind of sat back, and it was always him who came at me first, and I was just like, down, dead, goodbye. And yeah, so that was kind of funny. But anyway, recently some Gears of War Judgment gameplay, or not gameplay, some Gears of War Judgment news and information was released after a podcast, and Arctic did a little bit on it, and basically we got some more to talk about. So I thought I'd give my opinions on a few, and I've just got to give you guys a preemptive warning. This could turn into a rant. I've got to be totally honest. So there's a few things. I'm just going to go through it one by one. The gameplay is nice and long, so I'm going to I might use it all, I'm not sure, but I'm probably going to end up using about 8 or 9 minutes and then cutting it down by a few minutes. But yeah, it's about 12 minutes long. And, by the way, guys, stick to the end because I've got a little surprise for you guys. Anyway, so let's go straight into it. The first new thing we know is Arctic has said this more than the guy who was in the interview for the podcast. It was Arctic who said that there is no real true skill system, or he thinks there's no real true skill system in Gears of War Judgment, or nothing more than they already have. And what they have in Gears of War 3, let's just be honest, isn't really that good. But yeah, I don't really know what to say about that. I mean, everybody says it's because the community isn't that big. I mean, if you think about it, on launch, they have a lot more to gain by putting it in than they have to lose. I mean, if you really think about it, Gears of War easily can sustain 1 million players on launch, and with a good true skill system, most of those players are likely to stick rather than coming up against extremely good players and getting just destroyed every match and then just going. I mean, everybody says, oh yeah, but the game just doesn't have a big popularity or big population. It's like, well, we're like a year and a half down the line without a true skill system. That's the reason we don't have a big population. We have a massive population at launch. It's just that people don't stick around because they get bullied, But yeah, I mean, that's my opinion on that. I mean, I didn't really expect much. I think after a game's been announced, there's not really much you can do. I mean, loads of people have said, oh yeah, let's put in a true skill system, but after the game's been announced, nothing is really going to be affected by player opinion. There's been so many different petitions, and I just sat there thinking, this is just pointless. I mean, it's not going to make a difference if you all want Dan Bernard to come back or not. They're like a year into development. They're not all just going to go, well, you know what? They're right. Let's go a year back into development and change history. It's like, you got to be realistic, guys. Maybe after the launch of this game and you all sit there and say, no, this is terrible, it will change it for the next game. But that's just not how it's going to happen. Anyway, that ended up taking a lot more of my time than I thought. Next thing is ranked and quick match are still existent. You know, I don't really mind. Like, loads of people had these crazy ideas about how to handle ranked and quick match, because there are a lot of problems with quick match being far too populated and ranked match being far too underpopulated, and loads of people are just there like, well, we'll do this, and this, and it's like, well, they just want a simple experience. They don't want to do, like, what Fatal Strike think I said, where he said that if you go into a match, you can only go into a ranked match, and then you'll be put in a queue to play in a ranked match, and then if someone leaves, then the next game you'll join in, and then if someone leaves, you'll get a bot, but until the end of the game, more people join in. It's like crazy stuff like that, and it's just not simple enough for a AAA game developer to stick in, because it just makes things too complicated for people, and it can do more harm than good, really. So yeah, that's my opinion on that. I do have a few other thoughts, but they're not really relevant, to be honest. Mantle kick is unchanged. I don't really mind anymore. I mean, it's broken. Yeah, it's completely broken in every single way. That's why I don't use it. End of story. I mean, I think it was at least about 6 months ago when I just said, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. And ever since then, I've never looked back. You know, occasionally I still do get mantle kicked, and that can make it a little bit annoying for me, but still, you know, I don't care, because people who go for mantle kicks are more than likely to get killed by people who don't go for mantle kicks, simply by avoiding it altogether. Because even if you get like a perfect lineup, there's still like a 50% chance it's gonna screw up on you, kick you back over cover, you know, just stand you up like a tree or some crazy things like that. So, you know, it's just easier not to go for mantle kicks these days. And if it's the same, I don't really care. I'm just gonna not go for them. Go for the hard aim over cover and be done with it. You know. What else is there? So primary weapons are supposedly more situational. This is interesting, because this could mean a number of things. It could mean that all the weapons are crap in everything but one situation, and it could mean that teams are now going to be more reliant on each other for weapons. But I can't really see this working in 90% of games, because 90% of games are casual games, are ranked quick match, where people don't talk to each other, where they're not stacked parties, and it's just like, how can you expect people to work together that much when even when you have like a full party of people who all have mics, almost none of them use them. Like, not a full party, sorry. When you have like a full team of people, none of them are together, but they all have mics. There's still none of them going to use them. And even now, none of the people really communicate or do anything to try and win the match like that anyway. So they just play and run at people. And that's how it is, unfortunately. So, I don't know. Maybe they're just kind of tooting their own horn and saying, oh yeah, we've made it really good, all the weapons are situational, and there'll be a lot more teamwork, and maybe when the launch comes around, it'll just be like it's always been. The Nash will be dominant for 90% of fights, because 90% of fights are in the Nash's dominant range, dominant situations, so that's how it goes. You know, maybe the Nash will be so weak now that it will only count for like 20% of situations, but you never know. You never know. It could end up good, it could end up bad. Only 4 game types shipping with Judgment. This is the big one. Wow. Only 4 multiplayer game types. Okay, I'm just going to quickly rule this off, because I don't want to go into a rant, okay? The fact for me is, this is going to be awful for competitive, because those 4 game types consist of Overrun, Free-for-all, Domination, Team Deathmatch. Okay, Overrun, I'm going to do a video on that next time, talking about why it just won't work for competitive gears. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that for now. I'm going to leave that for my next video, because that will take a long time for me to explain. Free-for-all, obviously it's not going to be competitive, it's free-for-all. No one has a free-for-all tournament. What else is there? Team Deathmatch. it's just too simple, you know? Like, what are the tactics in Team Deathmatch these days? Oh, you spawn trap. That's it. That's not entertaining to watch or play. So, for competitive gears, there's only one game type that we can rely on, and that will be domination. So, this means that competitive is going to die after one event, and I'm going to go more into this in the next video, but yeah, after EGL 9 the game's just dead, gone, goodbye, kaput. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this since I've been so upbeat, but yeah, I'll go into it more in my next video. This is just basically an information and basic opinion. So anyway guys, after that kind of depressing ending to what seemed to be such a good potential for a game, it just seems like now we can't really think of anything that's going to counteract all this badness and things. So yeah, I mean, I don't really know what to say anymore. Other than, thank you for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please leave me a like. If you really enjoy my content, then please subscribe. But for now guys, thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, almost forgot, so I put up a lot of short clips recently, and I don't really want to make videos of them myself, so what I'm going to do now is any short, funny, cool, or just interesting clips I'm going to stick at the end of commentaries. So this one I like to call The Movement. Enjoy.